everybody, welcome to my On the Paint table. This week I've been working on some Age of Sigmar miniatures, some Khador Warmachine miniatures, and prepping my next X team members for the Marvel Universe miniature game. So this show is usually just kind of a catch up on what I got done and a sneak peek into what's coming up. Let's take a look at this week's progress and a sneak peek into what's coming in the future. So to start this week, I made a bunch of progress on my Stormcast. And it kind of looks like odds and ends, but there's a reason for that. First of all, I bought the Getting Started with Stormcast box, and it's designed to add on to the two-player starter set. So first thing, as I painted my 2 Retributors that round up my Retributor unit to 5, I painted 4 Stormcast Liberators. And I actually had 16 already painted, so these 4 give me 2 units of 10 with 2 special weapons. So I painted a Grand Blade, a Grand Hammer, and just 2 sort of like mooks with shields, and that's going to give me 2 full battle line units of 10. And then my Liberator Prime. My other Liberators are already airbrushed and ready to get base coats done on them, but my big sort of like bronze golem look Stormcast is really super fast. The base coats are already finished. I just have to finish off the details and other ones. And this guy's the guy with the shockbolt bow. So he's like the unit leader, and the rest of them will get finished relatively soon. So that's the infantry guys I got finished. I also painted the Lord Celestant, and he's the one that's not running a Dracoth. He's got his flying hammer cape, his big cool rune blade, and his big malady hammer. Using another hero for my faction, some reliable like mortal wound output, and just another great sort of like fighting character that can sit in a big blob of Liberators and dish out mortal wounds and occasionally pile in and make some attacks as well. With this finished, I need to paint my 4 more Judicators, and I need to paint my unit of Stormcall Javelin Prosecutors and my Lord Celestant, my Lord Castellan, and his Griffhound. That's going to put me at 1,500 points, so I can play Jay from Lords of War Games and Hobbies and his crazy Tzeentch Chaos Army. I'll be doing that next week. Week after next. So I got some painting to do. I still got about a week to get the rest of that stuff finished, and then my army Stormcast is up to about 1,500 points. I've got my Celestant Prime then, which is like the big boy I'm going to add to the army, and I'm trying to figure out my last 140 points. I can drop the Griffhound, take 180 points. I can take another 140 points to make it 2,000. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do, but that's my brain teaser for right now, is how do I round it up. I'm also just thinking about taking like a random wizard, because the Stormcast don't have any like special items and stuff you can do, so taking just like a random human wizard and adding him in for 100 points, maybe even adding in a runesmith, because a runesmith for some rend on my attacks is pretty super sweet, especially for fighting blood warriors and stuff with their parries. So yeah, I haven't decided yet, but we'll see what I add to make it to 2,000 after I film those games. I added 2 new Warcasters to my Khador army for Warmachine. I managed to pick up the the 1-player starter for Khador, and they're going to be my main focus for Mark III. And so I painted Viscount Kozlov. Played some games with him today too. He's pretty super sweet. He's like a melee caster, so he's got a reach, weapon master weapon, an interesting kind of like mid-range spell list, and he's kind of a does everything Genero caster. He's pretty cool. I played a game with him. I had fun with him so far, but we'll try him in some more lists. And I got good old Harkovich, the Steel Wolf. He's coming to his own in Mark III, and you'll see what I'm painting to add to him soon, because I want to do a Jack list, and I love Jack lists, which is why I had a lot of fun with Amon. But Harkovich is going to be something I'll be trying it soon. I played a game with him today with my current Jack collection, and you'll see in the upcoming stuff I'm adding to it as well. And here's my pile of base coat of Jacks. So I've got Black Ivan, who's going to be, of course, he's the bonded Jack for Harkovich, so he's going to be his special character Jack. He's basically a destroyer with a crazy melee weapon, and his bond gives him boosted range attacks if he's bonded to Harkovich. I got a Juggy done, and then I've got the starter set models, which is another Juggy and a Decimator. And if I get a second starter set, I can make a just 75-point list with 7 Jacks and Harkovich in it. But I think to start off with, I'm going to paint these 5 Jacks and add in some infantry support, just to like screen them basically, and try that for a few games. But there's my sort of like to-do list for Khador, to try out Harkovich and all of his Jack glory. It'll be 2 Juggies, a Decimator, Black Ivan, and a Destroyer. And one of these you saw last week, but I added 3 more guys. I got built the rest of my X team. So we've got Emma Frost, good old the Pool Man, Deadpool, Jean Grey, and of course Nightcrawler you guys saw next week. Didn't get any more work on them, but I did assemble the other ones, so I figured I'd show you the rest of the X team. If you didn't watch, there was a Let's Play yesterday for the Marvel Universe miniature game, and this will take me up to Emma's 10. We've got 5 for 15, 9 for 24, plus 6 is 30, plus the 37 I already had painted. I'll have 67 levels of X-Men. So I can play big 50-point games, some options, and when I eventually add the Brotherhood of Mutants to it too, I'll be able to do 2 sides and 2 teams. So that's going to finish off my good guy X-Men for now, with the exception of Magneto. I'll have that in all of the neutrals too. And when that's done, I'll be filming some games next week with my buddy Jan, taking on his Guardians of the Galaxy. So I'm going to try and get them done for then. So there we go, my on the paint table for this week. Managing to finish up some of my new Age of Sigmar stuff, some more Warmachine stuff too for a whole new war. Film some games of that this week too against Owen. Owen's going to the World Ender this weekend. Actually, when you guys are watching this, he'll be at the World Ender Warmachine tournament. So we played some practice games today against his Menoth, and he, yeah, I won't tell you how it went, but he got some practice games in. So we'll see you for another on the paint table next week. You can see what I got done and what's coming up in the future. Till then, I'm Ash. Have a good day.